All right, hey, and then next on the docket here, not team specific, but the one of my favorite awards each and every college football season, the Broyles Award, given to the nation's top assistant coach. They have announced the semifinalists this season, and there's about 40 semifinalists. Not going to read off the entire list here, but I am going to read the SEC candidates for the Frank Broyles Award. And we've got Pete Golding, Alabama defensive coordinator. What's he doing on the list? I don't know. Cody Kennedy, Arkansas offensive line coach. He's the only non-coordinator on the list here. That's interesting. Zach Arnett, Mississippi State defensive coordinator. That's a hell of an option right there. Jeff Lebby, Ole Miss offensive coordinator. Certainly understand that. And then this may be the surprise of the list coming in. Not for the job he's done, but I mean just following his hire. I don't think anybody would have had this. Tim Banks, Tennessee defensive coordinator. He's done a hell of a job. Good to see that's recognized. Mike Elko, Texas A&M defensive coordinator. Have to have him on this list. I know the Aggies had a disappointing performance last week, but hell, he's still one of the best, maybe the second, third best defensive coordinator in the entire country right there in College Station. Now the guy that's probably going to win it, Dan Lanning, Georgia defensive coordinator. Cannot knock that selection. I mean, Georgia, we all know, maybe the best defense college football's ever seen, leading that thing. So Dan Lanning getting some respect. And then how about this one? I love to see this. Clayton White, South Carolina defensive coordinator. Obviously, the season's not perfect here for the Gamecocks, but cannot put that on Clayton White and his defense. They have been playing lights out for much of the year. Now, that's the list of the SEC candidates, but I got a couple guys I feel like deserve to be on this list. And it starts with me, Georgia offensive coordinator Todd Monken. And I'm not trying to go too Georgia heavy, but hell, I think he's done one hell of a job. I mean, Georgia's offense, I don't understand it. I guess it just goes back to that Clemson game, and they didn't have a great showing there against Clemson, but that doesn't mean they haven't had one hell of a season, because they have. And we all know JT Daniels was injured in that game, didn't get much going. They didn't need it because the defense was just suffocating Clemson. Todd Monken has been one of the best assistant coaches in college football this year. He deserves to be semifinalist, no doubt. And how about Rodney Gardner, Tennessee defensive line coach? Maybe it would be too much to have Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator, and the defensive line coach on this list, but he's been doing a hell of a job. And then one guy clearly probably would have had more momentum early in the season, doesn't have it at this point, but still I think deserves some recognition. Kentucky offensive coordinator Liam Cohen, who, this offense was a disaster last couple of seasons. And if not for Lynn Bowden, I mean, they would have had 2019 would have been a disaster too. So, credit Liam Cohen for turning this ship around. They're far from perfect in Kentucky, but it is not easy to rework an offense literally in one off season, but that is what they've been able to do, thanks in large part to Liam Cohen coming in there from the NFL to college football. That is not as easy as a transition as some may think it is. So I would have liked to see Liam Cohen at least on this list.